Hi, so this is a glow plug. Now, they're incredible things, actually. Of course, they're made for automotive, so they're very, very robust. And I was given 3 of them by my friends at Canterbury Automotive, and I planned on doing some projects with them. They're incredibly cheap, actually. They're about £3 each, which is amazing because the tip is quite often something like platinum or iridium, so that they can withstand that incredibly corrosive atmosphere that you find in a combustion chamber. They're basically a positive, a negative, and a ceramic tube on the inside, and it's a resistance heater. So turning that into something is really quite an easy thing to do because it just means you have to bolt on a couple of wires and put some kind of control on it. Now we're going to make it into a pyrography tool because pyrography is really quite a hobby. It's quite cool for putting your name on tools or doing nice patterns or making things like coasters or dinner plates or just pretty pictures on wooden boxes. It's actually quite fun to do. Now to do it is really simple. All we need to do is arrange some way to hold a negative, some way to hold a positive, and some way to control the heat. Now that's super simple. In order to connect a negative to this, what I've done is it's threaded there, and it's threaded so that it can go into the machine, into the engine block. We need to rethread it so that we can put an M10 nut on it. These things are obviously taps, and you get those from the local DIY store. It's an M10 by 1.5, which is your standard bolt thread. We can rethread that and stick some nuts on it. So there's my rethreaded glow plug. We just stick an M10 nut onto it, an M10 washer, negative wire, another M10 washer, and then another M10 nut. And we can tighten that down. Now on this side, that fits really well. That is a 5 amp brass insert from a terminal block. You just slice through these and the brass insert drops out, and that brass insert fits perfectly on there, and then we can put our negative straight into there and tighten that down. Okay, that's it. Now we can use all kinds of things for a handle actually. I quite like this, which is a bit of fire brick that I've drilled a hole in, and that fire brick slots in there and gives me a nice handle to hold it. Or you could put the handle up here if you wanted and you'd be holding it round about there. Now you can make it out of fire brick, but you could also make it out of this stuff, which is a high temperature sealant. And you buy this from the local DIY store actually, and it's resistant up to 1200 degrees centigrade. You spray it, put it on there, wipe it around a little bit, let it dry into a handle. Gum would do quite a decent job of that as well, as would ceramic blanket, in fact, would do quite a good job. But that works really well. Now it is a little loose, so a little bit of Kapton tape, and Kapton tape's good to 400 degrees centigrade, just holds that in place. Okay, that's it. Now it's meant to run off of 12 volts, and when you put it on 12 volts it gets extremely hot. It actually glows bright red, so somewhere between 2 and 4 volts is actually going to be plenty. If you put it on 6 volts then it's going to get really quite hot. So it'll run off quite a small battery actually, and I'm running this off a 4 volts power supply at the moment, but like I say, you could run it off a battery quite easily. Now it does get hot, and the whole point of it is that you're going to burn the wood, and burning the wood is what pyrography is all about. For example, we can actually write with that easily. Or draw some pretty pictures. There we go. A really easy to make, cheap, simple pyrography tool for doing just a ton of things made from a glow plug. So absolutely a piece of cake to make that, it really was. Now it is voltage controlled, so the higher the voltage the hotter it's going to get. It would probably be better if you put a thermal cutout switch or something like that in there, but if you fancy a quick go at pyrography, you just want to write your name on a few tools and you don't want to spend more than a couple of quid, it's a brilliant little thing to make and have a go at. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe.